Kia ora construction whānau, my name's Slade, and we're here just to do a mental health toolbox with you. So we're going to just work through a few things, nice and easy, but keep it really simple. First one, how to spot invitation. Now, we don't call them warning signs because we live in warning signs every day. But what we're trying to look at is when our mate has a change of behavior. We all know what a one day off kind of situation may look like, but it's when a brother or sister is traveling through a period of time and long, depending on 7 to 14 plus days when they're just struggling. So what you can see is that someone that's usually easygoing now is angry and agitated easily. Or you could have someone that's usually talkative, but now is isolating themselves. And my example of maybe looks like when guys come together at lunch, one of your mates is not participating, or he's kind of separated himself from the group, or he could be sitting in the ute by himself. The next one we have here is usually sociable. Now we usually do this on a point where we actually come together on a Friday, we might have drinks, you'll be doing it for a long period of time, but then what happens when one of your team members doesn't turn up? So you may send a text, you may send a phone call, but there's no reply. So, there could be something happening with one of your teammates. Other things we may find out is that they're finding to cope with everyday things, struggling to concentrate. Now that's a big factor in itself. If you operate in heavy machinery, there's a great likelihood you could possibly hurt yourself or someone that's on the site itself. Next one we have here, using drugs and alcohol as a way of coping. Now, I'm not here to bag alcohol, all right? I don't mind having a drink, but the thing is, at the end of the day, you've got to draw a line. Are you drinking to socialize, or are you drinking to self-medicate? Next one we have here, coming to work late, obviously from the back end if you've had too much to drink, or you don't come to work at all. We do have a saying at Mates, it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to do nothing about it. We need you to do something about it, and if that means trying to talk to someone, if not reaching out to a good mate of yours that you trust, could be a connector that's on site, or if not, please ring our number, 0800 111 315, and you may be talking to a field officer, and it's free and confidential. We do have created mostly 5 steps to de-stress. We came with this last year with the team pulling together and bringing up an idea how we deal with mostly if we are feeling stressed or having anxiety at the time. So these are the 5 steps I'm mostly working through. Our first one by de-stress is to go through a step to help yourself de-stress. And the best way we can do that is through these other steps, looking forward. 2, step back. Stop what you're doing and look at the situation for yourself immediately, because you could be affecting yourself, if not the people that are around you. 3, take a breath. Now this is 10 seconds for yourself. Just being able to just take a breath and just slow things down as much as possible. And if it's not your heart rate, just yourself in person. The next step that we have here is obviously refocus. Now, this is really important because the mere fact that you need to reground yourself and just make sure that you're just actually being present at the time. Okay, this will help you calm, if not a busy mind. And the 5th one is when you're ready to engage. Now, you might be all right after that mostly de-stress process, and then you can engage with your work, or it could be that you might need to go and have a talk with someone else. And if you need to have that talk, please reach out. Once again, if it's not to a mate, please reach out to a connector that's my on site. If not, once again, reach out to our 0800 number, and most of you will be talking to a field officer once again. Mates always talk about self-care. It's one of the most important things that we work on to make sure we can spread that message. And it's something that we neglect all the time. First one, please be kind to yourself. Have reasonable expectations for yourself. Actually, sometimes it works it down to being smart. Something that's as simple, measurable, achievable, realistic, and it's all about time more than anything. The next one we have here is self-time for yourself. If the most important thing, if you enjoy living the love of your music, if not, mostly taking your pets for a walk, and if not, sometimes having a family walk, just to reconnect with each other at some point. Things that we need to work on, obviously eat, drink, and sleep healthily. Sleep is one of the biggest things. I can't encourage it more if you can try and get a good sleep pattern. But, and like in saying that, sometimes when you're heavy in mind, it can cause to disrupt that kind of flow. The next one we have is please remove negative influences in your life. Now, we already know that social media has a massive play in this. So you might be able to just, if not remove the influences, but just mostly reduce your time watching the news, because all the time that we watch the news, it's always something bad. So the thing is just to try and calm yourself down as possible. The next one is also, please develop your key relationships. These are vitally important because the loved ones are usually the ones that we hurt the most at the end of the day, but these are like reconnecting with your kids, if not with your partner, or just reconnecting with, your family members that, you have a lot of time for at the end of the day. So please, on behalf of mates, do everything we can, especially when we're dealing with with Omicron. We are, as mates, we are trying to provide the services that if you know someone that has been put in isolation for the next 24 days and the close quarters that are actually for 10 days, please reach out to mates. We're prepared to actually try and see if we can get food parcels to help our community as much as possible. But all we're asking of you, please, just reach out, and here's our number. Once again, 0800 111 315. Thank you for listening to the message we had to deliver.